Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new match review here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's 2-1 defeat to Cardiff City in pre-season. That's right, the Royals were on their travels and found themselves in Wales for this fixture at the Cardiff City Stadium, and unfortunately Reading fell to a 2-1 defeat. Now, like we always say in pre-season match reviews, the result does not matter really at all. This pre-season fixture was more about getting more fitness in the players' legs and as well to make sure that we saw some decent performances. I think when you come towards the back end of your pre-season, you want to start to see some good performances from some players. Now, in particular, youth players as well normally shine in these pre-season fixtures, and that's something that for me, I saw once again in this game. Now, in particular, I thought Reading were really good in this game. I thought the build-up play overall from Reading was really good. When it came to the finishing touch and the last couple of touches and the shots and stuff, I don't think Reading were too great, but everything else apart from that, the build-up play, and I thought Reading defensively as well were really solid. I think the line was really good from Reading today. I thought the shape from Reading, and I thought really negating Cardiff from making any massive chances, at least for 80 minutes, I thought was really good from Reading. Now, the starting 11 for Reading in this game saw Connor Boyce-Clark starting off in goal. Michael Craig was the right back, while Emmanuel Osho played at left back. We ended up seeing Amadou Mbenge and Harley Dean as the centre backs. Ben Elliott was in the midfield, alongside Harvey Nibbs and Jack Senga. Mamadi Kamara and Femi Azeez were the two wingers, while Sam Smith played up front. Now, Reading got off to the worst possible start. We spoke about good performances and stuff like that, but unfortunately for Reading, it was a moment to forget for Connor Boyce-Clark. Just a couple of minutes into the game, he managed to get found by Callum Robinson. He was tackled, a pass was blocked, and the ball went straight into the back of the net. It was something that happened last pre-season against another Welsh Championship side when Swansea were able to do a very similar thing to Connor Boyce-Clark, where he got caught in possession, lost it, and, well, the ball found an empty net. Unfortunately, again, it happened in this game. I do think Boyce-Clark did eventually end up making up for that. I think some saves in the last 10 minutes in particular were really good from him. Him denying Chris Willock and denying, I think it was Yaku Mate really late on as well. He ended up doing some decent goalkeeping, if we're being honest. He was really brave as well when it came to a lot of the crosses that came in. It was a massive moment for him to forget just 2 minutes into the game, possibly the worst possible start for Connor Boyce-Clark. Reading did end up scoring though just 10 minutes later. Cardiff were trying to play out from the back themselves, and unfortunately for Andy Rinomhota, he was haunted by his former Royal side. Ben Elliott was able to get a tackle in, and the ball eventually found its way to Femi Azeez. Azeez ended up scoring an absolute rocket of a finish into the top left-hand corner. It was a really good finish from Femi Azeez, something that we really didn't see from him when it came to shooting inside the box last season. When it came to Femi Azeez last year, we saw a lot of great shots from out wide and a lot of pile drivers going in. But when it came to Azeez in the one-on-one situation and when he had to have composure and good finishing, we didn't really see that from Azeez, whereas this one was a really good finish, and we saw that in the previous fixture as well against QPR. So 2 good finishes from Femi Azeez in a row. I'm hoping this now translates to the start of the season and we see this as well from Azeez, but look, like we said, we can't read too much into pre-season, but it was a good finish from Azeez. That was really the story of the first half. I thought Reading's press was really good in the first half, and they were able to create some opportunities from it. Mamadi Kamara in particular was someone for me that was a standout in that first half. I thought he was really good on the left-hand side, and he nearly managed to get himself a goal. He was down the left-hand side and was on the byline. He managed to use a really good turn of pace and run, get past his man, but unfortunately the shot didn't match it. Reading had a couple of opportunities as well where they were blocked, unfortunately, by Cardiff men. Harvey Nibbs and Kamara as well were the in particular ones from what I can remember. Now, for the first half, I thought both teams' build-up play was quite good. I don't think there was any massive opportunities, and I don't think the goalkeepers were really made to work in the first half. But both teams went in to the half-time break with just 1 goal each. So it was 1-1 going into the half-time break. In the second half, though, we did see a couple of substitutions made by Reading. Just touching back again on the first half, we did see Jack Senga go off injured in the 42nd minute. Louis Holtzman was the man that ended up replacing him. Reading did, though, make a couple of substitutions in the 45th minute. We saw the introductions of Charlie Savage, Lewis Wing, Abraham Kanu, Saki as well came off the bench, and Kelvin Ehibachiman. Reading completed their substitutions. 64th minute, we saw Jaden Wareham and Andre Garcia come off the bench, and finally Adrian Akande came on in the 80th minute. Now, Reading did have their opportunities as well in the second half, and the press once again was working for Reading. Reading ended up getting a lot of set pieces in this game, but unfortunately were didn't really pay off for Reading. I thought Cardiff defended the set pieces really, really well. Reading did have some chances though, like we said. Kelvin Ehebachiman in particular had a really good chance inside the box. He ended up skying his shot way over the bar. The same for Mamadi Kamara as well. It was another good press from Reading that saw them win the ball high up the pitch, but Kamara unfortunately again saw the ball go flying over the top of the crossbar. Cardiff, though, did make a couple of substitutions in the second half, and the introductions of Yaku Mete and Chris Willock really changed the game around for them. I thought down them wings, they were playing really well, and Reading made a substitution as well and saw Emmanuel Osho be replaced by Andre Garcia. In particular, I don't think it had a massive effect on the game, but at left back, I thought Emmanuel Osho had a really, really solid performance and was actually my standout player for Reading in this game. I thought he was really good at that left back slot. I thought defensively he was really solid, but going forward, he contributed as well in the attacking sense. So I'm really interested to see what happens with Emmanuel Osho, especially with the whole game coming up. And we don't really know what's going on with Jarrell Dorset as well. Hasn't featured in pre-season that much just yet. So it'll be interesting to see who will be starting in that left back slot come that opening game of the season. Now, like we said, Cardiff did end up scoring, though, in the 79th minute. Callum Robinson ended up scoring. He had just the ball on a plate from an absolutely fantastic cross from the left back. It was a low-driven cross from the Cardiff City man down that left-hand side, and Callum Robinson just had to touch it into the back of the net. Yeah, it was a really good finish from him. I thought in the second half, some other standout performances. I thought Abraham Kanu was very good. He had a couple of opportunities against Callum Robinson one-on-one and ended up winning them the majority of the time. Obviously, Robinson ended up scoring eventually, but that was a really good finish and a really good ball in. But I thought Kanu did really well against his man. I thought Kelvin Ehebachiman in the build-up play did play quite well for Reading as well. And yeah, unfortunately, it just wasn't meant to be. I don't think Reading's finishing and their scoring boots were really there, but I thought the build-up play was really impressive from Reading. Now that's going to be it for this video today, guys. Best of luck to Cardiff for the rest of the season. Thought they've got a decent little side there. And yeah, obviously the strength in depth is there for Cardiff. That's what the commentators are saying for a lot of the game anyway. So yeah, best of luck to Cardiff for the rest of the season. The next video will probably be the Hull match review, which will be out on Saturday. Reading have got Hull at the Select Carlton Stadium in their final pre-season friendly. That's going to be it for this one today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. My name's been James. See you next time. Bye-bye.